Welcome to this look at a new, yes new, mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right, we have a new map on Farming Simulator 22. We haven't had one for a little while. I'm on Hirschlanden, this is by flacoFarmer, 474.99 megabytes download. There are 11 required mods, and it's one of those ones where you see the required mods and your heart drops. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 11 are by BERNIESCS, and they're the like farm packs, and you see those and think, oh no, that means when we get to farms it's going to be an absolute minefield, but actually it's not too bad. Beneath, its beautiful glossy exterior beats the heart of a monster on this map, and I will explain why. If we come to the map, it looks like this. On New Farmer, we only start with plot 86 and plot 51. Interestingly, that's a farmhouse, and our farm yard that we start with is just there with our equipment and machinery. But we don't actually own that bit of land, that's on this bit. You can still remove the buildings and stuff. We're going to talk about the buildings and things momentarily. You can't buy all of the map. All this stuff around the outside I'm clicking on now can't be purchased. There are sections in the middle that can't be purchased as well. But you notice all these little plots around here? I have taken the liberty of putting money in already. All these little plots here are all separate farms. Now I did off camera as well buy all of these grass bits. I bought all of the pastures just in case there were any grazing like animal pastures, and there weren't, so we'll be fine on that. What I am going to do though, I'm going to buy up all those plots so we can get cracking. So you can see all the blue icons at the moment. There's going to be quite a few more in a moment. We do have one forest. That's one forest, not run forest. One forest. We do have a sawmill, which we'll get to later on as well. Field prices are not too bad. The same with plot prices. Considering these are little farms, 123 grand, 119, 270, 121. They're not mega expensive. We do also have a train that runs west-east across the bottom, very picturesque. And down the bottom here we do have a transfer silo. There are three rent train points. One there, one there. You can see a train moving across the bottom now. And this goes to Marathon. So if you get any contracts, there are contracts available on this map that ask you to sell to Marathon. You need to put them on the train, send them off to there. So we'll get to all that in a little while as well. There are no custom crops, and there's no sugarcane or cotton on the map. What else do I need to say before we start off? Oh, the animal pens, because of the amount of farms there are, the animal pens are maxed out. So if you do come on here to play, you might need to remove some if you want to add your own ones in. And on that note, you can remove every single building. All the buildings can be removed from all the farms, including all the decorative objects, including all the sheds. There are a couple of plots that have got, like this one here for example, plot 53 has got a little shed on it just there. There's another one here on plot 13 has a shed on it. They can all be removed, and you can get your slot count down, but also you can free up space by removing animal pens and things like that as well. If we come out here, we're going to build mode. So on top of the 11 required mods, if we go to containers, we've got one there put in by flacoFarmer. That's the water tank. If we go to factories, now these are modded in so much as they've been tweaked. I don't think the production speeds have been tweaked, but what has been tweaked is the price of them. If you look at the price of the bakery, the Schroeder Dairy, the Müller Carpentry, and the Hirschlanden Sugar Incorporated, 40, 30, 35, 25, considering they're normally around the sort of 70s, 90s, you know, prices for those are pretty good. Can't argue with that at all. If we go to sell points, we've got a couple of sell points put in here. So a couple, 3. So pizzeria, biomass heating plant, and the farmers market. Again, these are modded because they've been tweaked to have different signage on them as well. They're not the standard in-game signs. What else have we got? And then under greenhouses, we've got a greenhouse out there, a large greenhouse. Other than that, everything else is pretty standard. There's no added in plants, no added in trees. Paint textures are fairly standard. Animal pens are the ones you get with all the required mods, but other than that, we're pretty standard. So we start here at the bus stop in the middle of town, just here. I'm now going to begin purchasing all of the plots, and when I see you in a moment, we'll have them all purchased if I make sure I get them all. There are a few, as you can. Oh, actually, I might as well finish it off now, wasn't I? do it there, and then we come up to here. 59 is just a little pasture plot. You haven't got to worry about that. The other one is a slight anomaly. The biogas plant, when we get to there, you can buy the biogas plant, but you don't get the land around it. So the silage clamps and stuff, and that can't be removed either. So you can't remove the biogas plant or any of the plots. That's there fixed in place. But it also means because you can't buy the land and you don't get the land when you buy the biogas plant, you can't add anything to the biogas plant there either. But that's a fairly minor thing. So as you can see, yeah, now we come off and back. We've got quite a few more icons around the map for various different farms and buildings and barns and silos and whatnottery. So, actually I think I might have missed one. Oh no, I got it, plot 81. So, let's go across the road here. Bakery. 25 grand. Now, like I say, it may be, again, without going in and checking every single bakery on the mod hub and all the standard ones, I think the recipes have been tweaked, because that says 3,000 cycles per month, and I'm pretty sure the standard bread one, I could be wrong. But anyway, that's the bakery. You can have a look at that screen, and you can compare it to other ones if you want to. That's what the bakery looks like. That's the Barkman Bakery. Just across the way there, we've got a sale point there. That's the pizzeria, just there. What we also then have, if we come across here, plot 81, which was just up here. Well, we've got a sleep trigger and a wardrobe trigger at this little house. House can be removed, as can the decorative objects, should you desire it. Across the road from the house, I've got to get this right. Plot 79. I might have gone out of sequence already. That's a good start, isn't it? No, we're good. Across the way, plot 79. Now this farm building has got a built-in silo. That's a 300,000 litre silo in there. So you're in and you're out for your silo. It's interesting because that's showing shed with farm silo as a farmhouse, but there's no sleep trigger there, and that is showing as a bulk goods hall, which that symbol is a sell point. There's not a sell point in there. There's no icons for it. I think they've just been put in as kind of placeholders to jump to the buildings. We do have a workshop in here. Open this one up. Then we got our bulk goods hall. Unless I'm wrong, but I went through all the, like generally speaking, off camera, what I will do when you get a situation like that, I'll come to here to my prices. I'll go down every single item and look on the right hand side, and nothing came up for that bulk goods hall. So I'm assuming it's not a sell point. It's just like a place holding icon, as far as I can tell. Again, could be wrong. Other thing was, I came on with platinum expansion and premium expansion when I did my testing. There were no sell points on the map for platinum expansion products. So if you've got a platinum expansion, there are sell points and stuff that come with that. You would have to put some on if you wanted to, but there were sell points that took premium expansion products. So again, just something to be aware of. You might need to adjust and make arrangements, make other arrangements. Yeah, so like I said, I went for all of these and nothing came up to show this as a sell point. There's plenty of space here. Bulk storage for crops, etc. That's plot 79. I'm going to whiz across. Come down the little track here. Hope I don't miss anything. So, next up we have got our cheese dairy. 25 grand. Butter and cheese. Listen to me. Butter. Butter and cheese. Butter. Butter and cheese here. Then just up here we've got the Schroeder dairy. Again, not too expensive. Butter, cheese and chocolates. That's your more standard dairy. That's just a cheese production. It's interesting though, right? Yeah, I suppose you do have them. You would get them separate. Debris crusher just here. For all of your crushing requirements. Then we come across here. It's going to be a weird route round today because I was trying to work out the best route round and it wasn't as sort of straightforward. I just want to check the back of this because, like I said, these were tweaked, modded a little bit. It still says Chow Bella on it. If we come right the way across here, there's a little road that runs down all the way down the bottom. There's a little turning just here. That turning brings you right the way through this little housing estate to to this sell point here. This is the supermarket sell point, just around the back of this building. And then we have plot... Did I put plot 35? Is it plot 35? I don't know, I'm asking you. I mean, yeah, it is, yeah, plot 35. I didn't buy it. Oops. There we go. So, there's your supermarket. So we've done all these bits around here. So we're now here. We're going to just go across the way here. We've got a cow barn up the back here. This cow barn has a silo attached as well. This is a 500,000 litre silo. The silo is to the side. Now again, this is not a mod review of the Bernie SCS packs. And some of these, where it says 300,000, 500,000 litres, I can't remember whether it was forage storage for just the crops and things you need for feeding cows, or whether they were full multi-fruit. But that's a 500,000 litre. And then we've got our dialog box here. If we open the gate here, we don't have to open the gate, but for 80 cows, just there. So we're going to go back across, because we started just behind the little church there at the bus stop. So now we're going to head up, and then we're going to head out to our farm. Like I say, we're kind of spiralling at the moment. It's a spiral. And as we're doing that, it's a lovely looking map. It's not. I haven't found anything clunky. It's all nice and smoothed out. It's picturesque. The lighting's good. The texture palette's nice. I like the fact that you can remove everything. So if you want to, you can. So this one is plot 78. There are 45 cows available. You can do 45 cows here. So they're available. So your dialog box at the end there. Cow barn for 45. Slurry pit to the side. And that's all that's on this plot. But again, if you don't want to put this on it, you could remove this completely. I will show you. Once purchased, I can remove that. And you can remove the decorative items as well, which leaves the plot open and clear. So if you decided I want to put production on there, or I want to put a factory, or I want to put some decorative objects, or I want to build my farm on there, you can. Do a bit of landscaping, cover it in grass, whatever you want to do with it. It's entirely up to you. But that's nice that that feature's available. You can do that. So carrying on a little bit further, up to here. This is plot 80. If we come through the barns and buildings here, we've got shed lights. Not that shed lights are important. We've been through lots of barns and buildings. Most of them have shed lights. Not all of them, but most do. So we have pig pen just here for 25 pigs. We can jump up into there if we want to. There's a hayloft up the top here if you want to use the hayloft. We do have a water tank, water point, just around the side there. And then just up across the way, shed there. I don't think that's got a workshop trigger in it as far as I can remember from my prep. I think it's just, yeah, just a barn. Then we got a cow barn just up here. 420. So pigs and cows out of this farm on plot 80. Then across the way, just here, we've got another little plot. This is plot 88. Small plot here, and this has got a sleep trigger on it. Again, this building and the decorations can be removed. Did I not buy this? Forgot to buy it. Oh yeah, here we go. Look, plot 88. 30,000, that's all. Doesn't break the... There we go. Now trigger. I thought, oh, that's weird. Why is the icon not showing? Because I didn't buy it. Now, from here, we've got a lovely picturesque wander across. Now, we can follow the road round. We can go directly across the field. This is our start farm, just here. And obviously, I've bought that in addition to... Like I said, I did buy all of these just to double check everything. And as far as I can tell, we're golden. So what I'm going to do, hop the fence. We're going to take a wander across the field to our farm. I will see you over there momentarily. So our rather stunning farmhouse comes into view. Sleep trigger around the side there. Again, all of this can be removed if you want to, but it allowed me, which was interesting, it allowed me to remove these buildings off camera to check on the slot count, even though I didn't own the land. Or did I buy the land? Potentially, we can double check that in a moment. But our sleep triggers in this building here, then our start equipment and machinery is all in here. Now we do start with, we've got plough, we've got a seeder, a lot of grass work equipment, we've got one tractor, we've got the Massey 7S, spreader, tedder, windrower, mower, baler, and then we've got a trailer. That's it. We don't start with a lot. Slot count on new farmer is 1,745. It's fairly high. There's a lot of detail on the map as well. On farm manager and start from scratch, that comes down to 1,671. The difference being you don't start with any of the equipment. So all the buildings on all the farms, everything is still on the map. You just don't start with the equipment. So what I then did was I went around all the farms, I removed all the buildings, removed all of the sheds, removed all the decorative objects. I got the slot count down to 1,062. You may be able to get lower than that, but 1,062 is workable, I would say. What I'm going to just try now... Will it let me? Oh no, so obviously I did buy that plot of land because it will allow me to do that one. So I'd obviously bought that plot of land. So yeah, if you want to remove these buildings, it does mean you've got to buy the plot of land. But if you were going to do that, you could buy the plot of land, remove the buildings, then sell the land back if you wanted to. So this is our start farm. What I'm going to do is just grab the tractor. We're not actually going to go that far in the tractor because I'm going to get a pickup in a moment because it'll be quicker to go further around. But just for this little bit, and I've done a lot of walking already, but that's the field we start with just there. So it's very humble beginnings. You don't start with a lot of gear. You start with one small field. It's a proper, you've got to work your way up, you know. Sawmill is just the left-hand side here. That's a standard sawmill. Like I said, I came on with Platinum and Premium on and purchased that, and it was standard. So standard sawmill just here. Across the way from the sawmill we've got plot 87. Plot 87 is a sheep farm. Just here. Shed space to the side. And our sheep, 45 of. Just here. Any of the farms that don't have sleep triggers, again, Mod Hub is absolutely packed with stuff. So if you wanted a sleep trigger, if you were playing multiplayer and you picked a farm that didn't have a sleep trigger, there's plenty to choose from. So if we come down here, I'll show you on the map, as I always do, where we've been and what we're doing. Like I say, it's a lovely, lovely map. I do worry, unfortunately, because where we are in the cycle of the game, and with only less than 2 months to go till the new version of the game releases, maps that get released now are just going to get overlooked because people are just waiting for the new game, and unless you're going to start afresh with a new map now, it's got to be something that really stands out. Unless this could be right up your street, you might be looking thinking, that's perfect, I love this, this is a fantastic map, in which case that's awesome. So we are here at the vehicle shop with its workshop trigger. The reset point of the map is here around the back of the building. Another word of warning, there's not a lot of space here. Larger vehicles and machinery, depending on the way round they spawn, you might have to give them a bit of a shove here and there to be able to attach to them. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to get myself a pickup. I said we didn't go very far in the Matty, but I'm going to grab a pickup and we'll head on round. I'm just going to double check something because I've just seen up there. I think that might be off the map though. We can't buy that. Oh, that's that there, and we can't. That's off the map. That's right. That's cool. I thought I'd double check. Right, let's grab myself a pickup. Righto, let's go over here. Here's our pickup. Let's go, let's boogaloo till we puke. Right. Someone like me in it, checking the traffic. What's that all about? Come up the hill here. Just to our right, we've got carpentry. This is Muller Carpentry. As the sign says, this is what I was talking about some of these buildings being modded. They're modded in so much as the signs and stuff have been changed on them. Like I said, there could be some tweaks to the recipes. Only 30 grand, fairly standard, furniture wood, furniture planks. And then we've got just here chocolate factory, and that is 25 grand, and that is just chocolate. So we've got the Schroeder dairy that does the butter, cheese and chocolate. We've got the cheese dairy which does butter and cheese, and then we've got the Fitchenberg chocolate factory which just does the chocolate. So a bit of everything. It depends what you're into. Then across the way we've got spinnery. Now what's interesting about the spinnery, which hasn't been tweaked, is that the map says there's no cotton and there's no sugar cane. However, the spinnery and the sugar mill both show cotton and sugar cane. So we buy the spinnery, fabric wool, fabric cotton. So even though, I mean, I suppose there's no need to go to the hassle, I guess, if it's taking it off. If there's none available, there's none available. So what I'm going to do is show you on the map where we've been, because I haven't done that for a little while. We started here in the town, and we did that weird spiral. I think we went there, across. We did those. Oh no, we did the bakery and pizzeria. Then we came across the grass there to there. Then we came back across and up here. We took... Oh, I sold the stuff there, didn't I? But we did that. We did those. We did that. Came across here to our farm. From our farm up to the sawmill. Across the sheep farm down there. Across there. Took in the... Oh, it didn't show the fuel point. There's the fuel point there. Vehicle shop and workshop. Then we're at these points here with the spinnery. What we're going to do now is take a road all the way down here to this point, and then we will continue. That's this road just here. I made a goof when I was doing my prep. I came down here and I was looking across thinking, oh, that's cool. I like the fact that the map looks like it goes on further and further, you know. So as I'm looking out and looking now and thinking, that's, you know, that's cool. You've got the big facility there. You've got these barns and buildings. You've got various different things. So it just gives you that feeling it goes on just a little bit further. And then completely missed a whole chunk of the map. I took a turn in too early. And when I came back to double check everything before I started recording, I thought, oh, hang on. So I've had to make a slight addendum to my notes. We are here at the grain mill. Lovely looking building. Does this one normally have a water mill to it? I can't remember. Anyway, 45 grand for the grain mill. Again, fairly standard. Products in, flour out. And then from here, unlike my prep, I'm going to do it correctly. We're going to go all the way down this road. To that large building. And this large building has got a sell point and a transfer silo. So we have got Agra Handel Fitchenberg. I don't think it'll let me in the back gate. We'll see. So Agra Handel Fitchenberg is the sell point just there. Then the transfer silo is GLW. Oh, that's all right. Cool. So that's your sell point. And there's your transfer silo. So putting into or taking out of the silo, and you can use it as a storage silo, but it's a transfer silo onto the trains. Like I said, if you get a job that's asking you to deliver to Marisson, you can rent train. There's a rent train point just up there. Train will come in. You can load from the silo into or from the train out of. And there's two, like I said, there's two other rent train points we're going to get to later on. So if you wanted to stop the train elsewhere along the track and load onto it from there using augers and buckets and whatever it is you want to, you absolutely can. But that's the point down here with sell point and transfer silo. From here, it's lovely sweeping countryside. I'm trying to think of the last map tour we did. It was quite a while, wasn't it, since our last map tour? And it's funny how you get rusty. You know, you go through these periods where we've had that's the turning one, where they'll drop mods on a certain day and drop two maps or 3 maps, or you might get 2 maps on one day, 2 maps on the next day, 2 maps on the third. And it's just map tour after map tour after map tour, and you kind of get into that rhythm. Bomb, 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 bomb. The way I do my notes, the way I do my prep. And it's interesting that you don't do them for a while. When I came on, I was making all sorts of mistakes. I was thinking, that's weird. I didn't write this down. I didn't put that down. I didn't. Normally I have my little categories of things that I need to point out. And I missed loads of stuff. Very unlike me. Then, like I say, it has been a while. So we are now coming to plot 85. So once purchased, plot 85 is just here. Shed space to the side there. Shed space in here as well. Now this silo is built in to the barn itself. That's a 500,000 litre. We do have the ramp up to here to storage, hayloft, and we have this opening here for putting in for the animals. That's for your bedding, etc. We come back down here and in through. Might be going the wrong door, doesn't matter. Oh yeah, it's over there. Cool. Cows here, 80. Come out this door. Across the way, sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger at this farm here. So far more modern farmhouse than the building attached. That's a really lovely building though as well, isn't it? BERNIESCS does quality work. I mean, it's really, really cool stuff. That, I assume, again, I think that might be multi-fruit, but because it's attached to the building, it's potentially just for products for the animals, but I would say multi-fruit. Let's say it's not a mod review of those particular mods. From here, we head back across to the bottom of the village where we were a little while ago. So that's where we were a little while ago. So we are coming up on plot 83. I think it's 83. We're going to be doing here plot 83, plot 84 and plot 82. So 83 is here, 84 is next door, and 82 is across the road. Go back down to here. So from there we drove all the way down to the bottom here. Came back up and took this track to here. We've now come across here. So 83, 84 and 82, all separate plots. So this plot in here again, ramp up to our hayloft up the top. Very nice indeed. If we drop down into here, our dialogue box for our 45 cows is there. This one doesn't have a silo, it's just the cow barn. Slurry point as well. We come across to the next plot, 84. This has got a 250,000 litre hayloft, which is just here. Barn and storage space. Sleep and wardrobe trigger around the front just there. That's plot 84. Then plot 82 across the way. We've got a fuel point just here. 25,000 litres to be refuelled at your whim. We have then got, oh yeah, right, so this was cows at 45. Where was our dollar box? Cows at 45, just there. Out the other side. 2 million litre multi-fruit silo, just there. Shed space. Is this one of, where are we? Place to. If I missed the sleep and wardrobe, where was the sleep and wardrobe trigger? Sleep and wardrobe trigger just here around the side of the building. So it's all built in farmhouse with barn and building and, you know, and then shed space here as well. I don't think this was a workshop, but a double check. I'm pretty sure it was just a barn. Yeah, that's plot 82. Like I said, all of these, everything can be removed. So make of it what you will. Don't know why out of all the barn doors I've left open I decided to close that one. So back to the pickup. Head down this way. Down this little gully down the bottom. Up the other side. So the net, oh, that's good timing, there you go. That's what the train looks like. Rent train point just there. I'm going to go straight across and head out this way. It definitely sweeps up to the higher points being off in that direction. So northeast, well, northeast, northwest, let's just say to the north of the map is the higher elevation, south of the map lower elevation. Off to our left is the farmer's market, and that's what I was saying about them being tweaked just a little bit as far as sell points go, because it doesn't say your standard thing. It's got the adjusted sign, as we've seen on a lot of the buildings already as we've been going around the map tour. So there you go. Hirschlanden farmer's market. Lime station round the back there. Third rent train point is just here. And across the way, just here, we have got the Hirschlanden Zucker Inc. just there. Again, slightly tweaked. 40,000 for the sugar, that's amazing. And then across the way there is the biomass heating plant. On this map it is a sell point. Some maps, is it the law often does it? They're tweaked to be productions, but this is just a standard sell point biomass heating plant just there. Now, continuing on. Now I said about those, there's a few fields here and there. If you purchase the field, you get a shed with it. This is one of those on the left hand side. So if you purchase the land, you've got access to the shed. To be fair, if the shed's open anyway, you can park in it, of course you can. But if you want, if they've got shed doors at any point, generally speaking on most maps you need to own the land before you get access to open and close shed doors. We're looking for turning on our left. I'll go back to the map because this is the next set of little farm plots that need to be purchased. We've done them already, but just to show you. I don't think any traffic comes up here, so if I just stop there we should be fine. So back to our map. So from that cluster there, we went out along there to the farmers market, rent train point there, Sugar Inc. biomass, followed this road up, that's where that little shed was. If I buy that like that. Oh, well, it doesn't show the shed, but it's there. We've turned up here, so here we've got plot 77, 76 and 75. 135 grand, 64 grand, 135. Like I said before, none of them are particularly expensive, nothing break the bank. So this one has got a built-in silo. This is a 500,000 litre. If we go round the back, cows are 80. So 80 cows and a silo, very handy. Plot 76, actually we'll go just across and I'll come back to the pickup. Just here, this is a little chicken farm. Storage space across the way there. All your chicken requirements, feed in, pallets of eggs out. Storage space in there. This will do 360 chickens. There you go. Have we got access to that? No. Continuing up the hill. So plot 75. Just here. So, sleep and wardrobe trigger just there. 2 million litre multi-fruit silo just to the side there. And then just in the garden there we've got a large greenhouse, all of which can be removed if you want to. Large greenhouse just there. Across the way, just in there, we've got our animal dealer and animal dealer sell point. Generally speaking, animal dealer sell points are normally bale related things, so things like grass, hay, straw, often silage as well. Bales, that is. So animal dealer and animal dealer sell point, just there. We come across the way to the biogas plant. And as I said earlier, you can buy the biogas plant, because I thought it was one of those ones, if you go onto the map, so we're now here, you click on that, you can't purchase the land. So I thought, oh, that's going to be one of the ones, when you buy the biogas plant, you get the land, but you don't. So 220,000 for the biogas plant, not too expensive to be fair. Standard products in, digestate out. Like I said, the recipes might be tweaked a little bit. Actually, let's say it's difficult to tell. There are so many available. And interesting, the your silage clamps are not kind of. I suppose there's a little bit of a path here. Oh yeah, a little bit there you go. I was going to say, not it's a lot of grass more than anything else, but let's say none of these can be removed. This is all fixed in place, the biogas plant here. But there's nothing stopping you, because you can remove all the buildings around the map elsewhere as well. If this isn't the biogas plant you want to use, if there's one, I'm using the one on Spakova at the moment that takes straw and potatoes and all sorts of stuff. You might want to put something like that in which case you can find a plot elsewhere. I guess that would work, no problem at all. And from here, we head back across. The only reason I'm showing this is because as I drove across, I was doing my prep. I thought how nice it was, how picturesque. So take this turning here. There's a lovely little drive through the trees, a little bit of shade, a few undulations as you drive through. It reminded me of a road we used to go on our way to Devon on holiday with my mum and dad. It was this long straight road. I can't remember. I have no idea where it was. My dad used to like avoid the motorways, so he would. It was always kind of back roads, B roads, that kind of stuff. And there was this long straight road, and it was just bump after bump after bump as far as you could see. I just remember it vividly. But it's weird how I hadn't thought about it until I drove along there. It suddenly made me think of it. Anyway, that's the map. For all intents and purposes, that's Hirschlanden by flacoFarmer. We get to this junction here. We have now come along this road here. And we turn down there. Brings us back down into the little town where we started, village town, where we started. And if we take the turn in that way, it takes us back to our start farm. That's the map. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.